I arrived in Las Cruces just as the veil was thinnest between us and the dead. Labor and the expression of worth. Frida Kahlo took a whole bunch of selfies. It was long before cell phones and filters and AI. Some artists are innately autobiographical. Slow-moving river on the banks of October. Slow-moving river, won't you take us to our home? As we give thanks for all of humanity's ancestors, we are free now to become the liberator. An autobiographical artist may help us to take a look at ourselves. Humans like to travel together in groups. We are most creative and capable when we are able to work together. For a long time now, human beings have been concerned about just governance. Along our path of self-discovery, as we learn to govern ourselves within, we will encounter many tribes, many different peoples who will have much to teach us. There will be relationships that we'll have to get out of and relationships that we need to get into. There will be much help along the way. We train our minds, we train our hearts to focus on that which we know has value, even when we feel like we are rejected, left out, lonely, lost, abandoned, alienated, and isolated. This is when it is most important to practice. And practice we do with great devotion. Slow-moving river on the banks of October. Slow-moving river, won't you take us to our home? Hi, my name's Trav, and I've been traveling. Just like you, over many years now, I've been waking up. There's a lot of talk about waking up these days, but what exactly does it mean? We might say that we are learning to align our actions with what we know to have the deepest value, labor and the expression of worth, aligning our work with our deepest values. Some of us are called into the depths of self-discovery that take us out into the wilderness. It causes us to leave everything behind that we once thought was safe. What do the stories we tell about ourselves? And from where did our stories of origin arise? Myths, both erroneous tales and transcendent truths. It's just like life, huh? Are we letting go, or are we holding on? All is well. We are rational, material, consuming, binary creatures who must go left or right, it seems. And also, it appears that we are absolutely divine. All else but an illusion. Anything less than love. Merely illusory. The numinous in humanus. The sky will darken and the moon will bend our will. But in the eye of the hurricane, you are always still. In the eye of the hurricane, you are always still. How will you hold me when the pain comes like this? So She looked me in the eyes, betrayed me with a kiss. She said, you cannot walk on water with a tongue sharp to kill. But in the eye of the hurricane, you are always still. Here in Las Cruces, I've had the privilege of meeting with Brooks. He is someone who has aligned himself with the cause of justice for a very long time, social justice. He has aligned his activities with what he knows to be true.
It loosens everything up to put on the sarong, darling. Just ask her. Just ask Dorothy Lamour, she'll tell you, She always looked so comfortable in those clothes, and so uncomfortable in the other stuff that she had to wear. But she had on a sarong. She looked like she was Garubin,
Oh, Brooks. Okay. I keep forgetting to frame. I start laughing when I'm back there. I think that's going to be okay. Yeah.
It's the sarong thing.
It's freedom. It's a symbol. That's right. A symbol of freedom.
A symbol of freedom.
Symbols and myths and metaphors and Rumi and Hafiz. You're the one who introduced. Well, I can't. I'm sure I had heard him before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can hardly not. But I remember you reading. I listened to you speak once, and come, whoever you are, wanderers, worshipers, lovers of leaving, and I'm paraphrasing, but ours is not a caravan of despair.
That's right.
Yes. I heard you speak that. You were telling one version of your story. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you have many ways.
Was that the one where I sang? I sang at them too, didn't I? I sang at them, didn't I? I sang Sinead
You sang
O'Connor.
for us. You sang with us.
Right. I sang Sinead O'Connor at them, right? That's right.
Is that what you sang?
Yes.
Sinead?
Sinead, right.
Nothing compares?
Oh, no.
What did
No.
No, silly.
I am not like I was before.
I am not like I was before.
I thought that nothing would change me. I was not thinking anymore. Although I continue to try to. I started out with many friends. Now I do not have any. They gave me kind words every day, but like many they were just stalling. Now I feel so different. Feel so different. I feel so different. That was one of the first CDs that I remember getting when I started into my recovery, right?
Okay.
I put it on, I listened to that, I said, oh hell, how does she know this?
Recovery from what? Exactly, like?
Drugs and alcohol,
okay.
Particularly cocaine.
Okay.
Cocaine more than anything else, because that was the one that was destroying me. The pot wasn't destroying me.
Yes.
The alcohol was like, maybe to keep my mouth wet.
Okay.
But the cocaine was killing me, definitely.
How much do we need to talk about that?
I did it on purpose. I started taking cocaine on purpose because I wanted to blow up my life. I wanted to destroy my life. I didn't want to die, but I wanted to destroy my life. And I knew, because I'd been hanging out with musicians for 10 years in Austin, that if I started doing cocaine, I would destroy my life. I watched them collapse it over and over again.
You knew how to do it. It was like an animated death drive. Like you were consciously seeking self-destruction. How conscious of you were these choices?
I did it. I went to the dealer, which is, this person was a wonderful dealer, wonderful person, who came into recovery about 6 months after I did. But I went to them and I said, look, here's the deal. I said, I've been coming here and bringing my brother, and he's been buying stuff, and I said, I've decided that I want to buy stuff. And she said, I don't want to sell it to you. I said, but I've got money. She said, well, I need money. And I said, okay. She said, so sell me whatever you think I need to get started. I said, because I haven't done this before. And she goes, really?
A starter kit.
Really? I love starter kits. So she gave me one bag and one bag on the house. Little bags. She said, don't come back too soon. But, but she was laughing when she said it. She was really fabulous. So
this is where your story began.
what?
Things are like that. Things are sometimes just like that, I guess.
And that's okay. It's all as it is.
Well, yeah, I think maybe
Maybe you're right.
Well, I could be so wrong. I'm mainly so wrong.
It can be quite lovely when what I'm discovering is that when
labor and the expression of worth. The course of this interview was altered because I ran out of storage capacity on the camera that I was using. I went and got a second camera. There'll be more to come from Brooks. It was good for me, though, because I really got to push into this interview from a technical aspect, and it was great because I had all my gear ready to go. My second camera was ready. I just had to rearrange a little bit, and I got a lot of good stuff, and I'm going to be including these continued interviews as time passes. Labor and the expression of worth. Strengthening a tribe member deepens a tribe. Depth tribes feed the world. Together, we are discovering our common work. Travelin' Trav is a singer, songwriter, poet, essayist, metaphysical therapist, teacher, healer, father, and an advocate for the homeless and neurodivergent. He is an encourager, a deeply flawed human being, and a somewhat reluctant, yet grateful, follower of the one that we have called Jesus. Trav's working practice is now an integration of his diverse career experiences, which includes time in the military, police, academia, and physical therapy. His personal journey to overcome genetically inherited trauma makes him an expert on mental health issues and trauma recovery. Humanity is making the leap into the non-dual. We are moving beyond the binary into a more fluid state. This is evident in our most recent explorations of gender identification. In the depths of Christ, there is no male or female. Travelin' Trav is developing educational materials which encourage the alignment of our rational and mystical senses. These educational tools will help us to manage this species-wide transition in our consciousness. Together, we are developing a new language to describe this caramelized, dystopian world in which we live. Because we are stumbling toward our next evolutionary threshold, we must learn to both sing the blues and transcend the oppression that inspired the blues in the first place. We rise above our tendency to manifest as either the oppressed or the oppressors. Labor and the expression of worth is Trav's compassionate philosophical container which creates the necessary inner space to hold multiple perspectives simultaneously. Labor and the expression of worth is a context in which we may align our work with one another around our deepest common values. We must educate, strengthen, and encourage one another. Strengthening a tribe member deepens a tribe. Deep tribes can feed the world. It is essential that the consciousness level of our species is deepened. We need a new perspective from which to solve the diverse and many problems that humanity has created for itself. In order to raise our consciousness, we must encourage deep communication between the generations. Trav is reaching out to the generations who came before him and after him. Thank you for supporting Travelin' Trav by contributing monthly through Patreon. Every little bit helps. May we discover our deepest common values together and align our efforts appropriately. The future of our species depends on it. Strengthening a tribe member deepens a tribe. Depth tribes feed the world. Sincerely, Travis Irwin.